Hello, welcome to the BIB network. Are you suffering from ulcer? Do you have discomfort in your stomach? Is it making you to not be able to work? Well, I have some important information or tips for you that is going to help you to be able to manage your ulcer or to be able to totally stop the pain in your stomach altogether. Stick around. Be right back. Alright, welcome back. If you are new to this channel, please do not hesitate to subscribe and press the notification button so that when our next video is dropped, you can get a notification. And also, we want you to be interactive. So please drop your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, please do that. And if you have any important information that you want to share, please do that as well. Because we want to be able to share this information, share ideas, and then see how we can improve our health through the natural means. We are not saying that you shouldn't take medicine, but we are trying to make healthcare as far as possible without medication. So that's the tips that I'm going to share with you today about ulcer. So ulcer is a sore in your stomach. Basically, that's what it means. And on this channel, as I always say, we try to keep it very simple. We're not going to use very big words to try to explain health issues. We're going to try as much as we can to make it easy for you to understand. So sore in your stomach is ulcer. And we have different types of ulcers. We have peptic, we have duodenal, and basically all of them are painful. So no matter what type of ulcer you have, you want to do something about it. The first thing that I want you to do is to make sure you do not go through the day without taking enough water. So your water intake should be paramount. You should be someone who takes a lot of water. And I always recommend that you take the alkaline water. Get your alkaline cup, the Classy Style Alkaline Cup. That is going to help you to get your alkaline water. Any water you put in, you shake for some few seconds, you have your alkaline water, and then you drink. And you can also get where to get it in the description box below. So later you can check it out and then see how you can grab yourself an alkaline cup to use for your therapy. Now, secondly, your food, the food you take. The food you take should not be heavy when you have ulcer. You should learn not to take heavy food. Also, not that the food should not be heavy, but also there shouldn't be any condiments in your food. That means that no pepper. No pepper. And in Africa here, a lot of people cannot eat without pepper. So they continue to re-injure their ulcer. And the way I try to explain it for people to understand is that if you have a sore outside your body, say on your skin, and you constantly put pepper on it, you know how you feel. You know how it will burn you. So basically, that's what happens. When the ulcer is inside, when you take food that are high in pepper or spices, you only cause more discomfort to yourself and you don't allow the sore to heal. So what I recommend is do not take food that is very spicy and very heavy. So that means that you take food that are very easy to digest, easy on the stomach when you happen to have a case of the ulcer. And if that happens, you need to make sure your diet is easy to digest. Now, the next thing that I want you to do is to manage your stress level. Manage your stress level. This is very difficult for a lot of guys. But then, if your anxiety level is high, there is more acid that comes into your stomach. And that is the reason why we encourage you to manage the stress level and the anxiety level. This drops down the acidity coming into your stomach, and the alkaline cup or your alkaline water can also neutralize that acidity. So this is some of the things that you can do naturally yourself to help manage your ulcer. And it's important also to keep in mind that taking medication and then continuing the same way you've been eating, the same way you've been drinking your alcohol and the rest, it's not going to help you. So there are those who have ulcer and then they take their ulcer medications and still continue to eat spicy food, they continue to eat heavy food, and they continue to be under a lot of stress. It is not going to help. So what you want to do is to adapt the new methods that I'm suggesting. And this is just a suggestion. You can try it. If it works for you, good. If it doesn't, well, too bad, because this is a tried and tested way of managing these conditions that has worked over the years that I'm here to share with you. So I believe that if you are doing it religiously or consistently the way it's been suggested, you will get results. And then I also, again, we want to compare it to a sore outside your body. No matter how big it is, no matter how painful it is, eventually if you are not re-injuring it, but rather treating it, you will get to heal it. So the same with ulcer. If you adapt these strategies or these methods, and then you have your medication that you are using for your ulcer, you realize that the sore will heal, there won't be recurrence, and you can have a healthy life. Another point that you should not forget, when you have an ulcer once, the probability of you having it again is very high. So don't treat your ulcer and then go back to eating whatever you used to eat before. No, everything has changed. That is why I always encourage people to have a change in routine, a change in lifestyle. So change your lifestyle, adopt a new routine because of the ulcer, and then live a healthy life. And for those who cannot eat their food without their spices, well, that is a challenge. Something's got to give. So you need to look at it. You need to look at your overall health rather than your taste. If that makes any sense. So this is what I want you to do. Ulcer is manageable. You can have your ulcer and you can treat it and actually heal it. But then it takes more than just taking medication. You need to actually change things. And I'm going to repeat it again. First, you want to look at your water intake. You need to take in more water. It kind of neutralizes the acid level in your stomach. And I suggest that you, or recommend that you buy your alkaline cup and then use that and produce as much alkaline water as you want for your therapy. So a lot of water, and make sure you do not eat heavy food and you do not eat spicy food. These two, because it is a sore, and if you cannot put spice or pepper on your sore that you have on your leg or your hand, then look at what you're doing to yourself when you take spicy food into your stomach that has a sore in it. So that is what I want us to do. And then finally, you control the stress and anxiety level, which is, as I said, very difficult for a lot of people to do. But well, come on, this is your health, and this is what you can do to sort it out for yourself. Apart from this, you have your medication, and then you have your routine. You are good to go. Well, thank you very much for tuning into our channel today. If you are new here, well, once again, you're welcome. But then we encourage you to subscribe so that you receive more tips on how to improve your health, and also tips on how to adjust your mind in order for you to become an entrepreneur in the 21st century. Thank you very much once again for joining our channel. See you in our next video.